guys, welcome back to Home Life with Rebecca. Parker is driving his siblings to school, and then I have an appointment because I have to go get my yearly mammogram. So I'm at my appointment, but I'm early, so I'm just sitting in the parking lot. It's funny how when you get older, like, the kinds of appointments change from like being a kid and getting your vaccinations if your parents had you vaccinated, to like your well checks, to your older years, the mammograms and colonoscopies and just all that stuff to make sure that your health is good. I do need to make myself a dentist appointment. I don't like going to the dentist. It gives me high anxiety. Now it's been going on 3 years, so it's really bad because you're supposed to technically get a checkup every, 6 months, so twice a year. I have hardly any enamel on my teeth. It's hereditary. My dad had really bad problems with his enamel, and mine is bad too, from years and years and years of being bulimic. Just eroded the enamel on my teeth, and so my teeth are highly sensitive. So when I do go to the dentist, just even getting a cleaning, they have to really like numb me up, and I don't know, it just, I don't like it. I'm prone to cavities even though I floss and brush, and I feel like I use an electric toothbrush. Like, besides not going to the dentist, I feel like I take good care of my teeth, but it just, even the cleaning is just, it hurts so bad, so they really have to like make me numb. But I need to find a dentist. I need to get that done, because probably at this age, because I think my mom, who is gonna be 75 this year, she goes like every 4 months versus every 6 months, and I don't know why, I just keep putting it off, and I need to not do that. But I finally got the colonoscopy, and I'm getting my mammogram today. This is my second one. I had my first one last year. It was a year ago, October. So getting this out of the way so I don't have to worry about it again until next year. My dad's mom passed from breast cancer, so they worry more when it's on the mom side, but they still recommend that, after you turn 40, I think, is it 40 or 45, that you have a mammogram done yearly. So here I am. I am home, and that was a pleasant experience. Although I have to say, after having the colonoscopy, the mammogram is nothing. Like, if you've never had either and it's time for you to do both, do the colonoscopy first. Get it out of the way, because it makes the mammogram seem like a piece of cake. Like I said, that was my second one, so I kind of knew what to expect. It's just, uncomfortable because they squish your breast up to a machine and you gotta like hold your position for a couple seconds. It's not a big deal. The colonoscopy, however, well, yeah, we already made that video. And I forgot to tell you guys that it took over an hour. No, not over an hour. Sorry. It took 4 times to get the IV in my vein, because my veins are really tiny. Plus I was dehydrated. And so it took longer to put the IV in. I don't know why I said an hour. I think it was like 30 minutes than it took for the actual colonoscopy, which I think was like 20 minutes long. But I woke up before they were done, and I didn't feel anything but like pressure. It kind of reminded me of when I had my C-section, but I remember hearing all of a sudden, let's wrap it up. We need to pull the instruments out or something like that. And I remember thinking, I shouldn't be hearing this right now. But I was like embarrassed because I felt like I was pooping everywhere. I know that's TMI, but I'm just trying to be honest. Like, that's what it felt like. So I just kept my eyes closed, and I just was so embarrassed. But yeah, I don't know if the IV wasn't put in me right, or they don't give you very much because it's not a long procedure. But I did wake up before they were done. I just felt a lot of pressure, which was kind of uncomfortable. So, but yeah, actually getting the IV in me, because they tried both hands, both of my arms before they finally got it in. I've always had that problem when it's come to IVs. Tomorrow I have to take one of my kiddos for a renal ultrasound. So just keep keep us in your prayers. They've been having symptoms of a UTI. It would come back positive at the doctor's office, but when they send it off for the culture, it would be negative. So they would be like, take her off of the antibiotics. But I kept telling the pediatrician the antibiotics weren't working anyways. Something's not right. Can we please see a urologist? Long story short, it's been since July this has been going on, and we finally got the referral to go through, and there was a high amount of blood in her urine, and it's not a period, and her white blood count, I don't know if it was there's a name, it's LEUKOYTDS. I can't say the name, but whatever that is that was in her urine, and I guess it's not supposed to be, maybe. I don't know, but the doctor was just saying that they were highly concerned. She didn't like to beat around the bush so that it, doesn't come like as a shock, but to, she needs the renal ultrasound done so they can start, ruling things out, because it could just be something genetic in her body. It could be from a poor diet, which could be like kidney stones. And she said it was no reflection on me as a parent, although it is, because I constantly cave, and I'm like, okay, because they'll get it from school or from their friends, or they'll go to the gas station and buy it themselves, and I'm like, whatever. So that, she said she sees it a lot more in especially teenagers nowadays, because of the processed foods that teens like to eat, adults too, but it's just getting more common. So it could be like her system is just not handling that kind of food very well. It's like irritating her stomach lining, or I don't even know what the whole connection is. Or it could be something like an autoimmune, which I don't want it to be anything, obviously, but if I had to pick between, kidney stones or a genetic thing that's causing that over autoimmune disease or something like leukemia, obviously I'm going to pick the first, because an autoimmune disease in a kid is different than an autoimmune disease in an adult, because they're still developing. And obviously I don't want it to be leukemia either. But she just kind of went through everything with us so that we're not, shocked if something comes back, not good. But she does have the Raynaud like I have, and she's only 12. And usually when kids have something like that, that's where I lose all the color in my hands. It's usually because there's an underlying cause, which upsets me, because I've asked her pediatrician several times, should I be concerned that this is happening to her at such a young age? And he said, no, she's just sensitive to the cold. The hard thing about our pediatrician's office, and I like all the doctors there, is that the one doctor that my kiddos are assigned to, we hardly ever see him unless it's for their well checks. You can request to see him, but then if I've got a kid that's got an ear infection or a strep throat or the flu, we're not going to get a same day appointment. So it's kind of like, I like this place because they get you in right away, but you're constantly seeing a different doctor or a PA or something. So I don't know. I'm trying not to get on WebMD and dwell on it. I'm just taking it one step at a time. So tomorrow will be the ultrasound, and then she goes back again on the 19th, and then we will go from there. But just keep us in our prayers that it's nothing serious, because and also keep my daughter Tiffany in your prayers. She had a precancerous mole removed back in August, and they dug really, really deep to get, because I was watching, and I remember when they put the mole in a cup, like in front of me to send it off to the lab, it was like this long, like with the skin attached, and I was like, bleh. They had to stretch her skin to get the stitches in on her arm, and she's thin, so she doesn't have, there's not a lot of fat there. There was just like a lot of muscle, and the stitches ended up getting infected. Her body just reacts to things weird. Like her body just does not like foreign things, and so her stitches got infected. And I think because it was really tight, so that she was on an antibiotic. It cleared up, but she's got a horrible scar, and been complaining the last month that she's losing feeling in her arm. Like it'll feel really tingly, like she'll be doing her makeup or making sandwiches at work, and it'll start to get real tingly, like it's going to sleep, and then she just loses feeling in it. So I took her in 2 weeks ago, and the doctor was telling me, because it was a different guy, the dermatologist was saying, well, usually they don't dig that deep. And I said, no, it was deep. I'm like, maybe usually they don't, but it was deep. I'm like, I saw it. He goes, well, that's probably, they have to make sure they get it all out, especially because if it's precancerous, they want to make sure all of it's, out of it, because ugly scar versus, skin cancer. I mean, I get it. So they put her on another like antibiotic cream, and if that doesn't help, then she goes back in on the 26th, and they'll give her like some sort of, I think he said like a steroid injection, and if that doesn't help, then they'll refer her to a neurologist. So far the cream is not helping at all. She's putting it on every day. It's not doing anything. I am worried if we have to go to neurologists. I'm not sure what they do for nerve damage. All I can think about is my husband has the chronic regional pain syndrome caused from nerve damage from a crushing injury to his foot. I'm just worried that I don't know and I need to look it up. It's hard because I want to look it up to be informed, but I also don't want to look stuff up because then I feel like I jump the gun and I start worrying over stuff that I shouldn't be worrying about. But I've also heard people that get like surgery to like fix their nerves, it causes the chronic pain syndrome thing, which my husband has. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. Is it genetic? I don't know. Or do they just leave it if there's nerve damage and she just lives with it her whole life? I don't know. So we have some stuff going on. And then my other daughter has very, very, very low iron. She's been on iron pills, so I need to make her a doctor's appointment as well to get some blood work done to see what the heck is going on with her, because like wearing her backpack, and it's not even heavy, she's not carrying a ton of stuff. This is kind of like my mini one, but a little bit bigger. She just uses it as a purse. It'll leave like light bruises on her, and I read and I've heard that's from very low iron. Like I think she's very anemic. She looks pale all the time. It's not just makeup. Her appetite's not good. She's very thin. So I'm very worried about my kids right now. So that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and did the colonoscopy, pushed my mammogram through. I need to make that dentist appointment so I can get stuff taken care of so that I'm not left on the back burner, because, God forbid that these results come back with not good news. I need to make sure that I'm healthy so that I can still be there for my kids and take them to the appointment. And I'm still waiting on the referral for myself to see a rheumatologist. It's just, there's just not one here. And if something with Jillian is not good, unfortunately, there is no children's rheumatologist in this area. And the best, if I don't even want to say the C word, but if it is the C word, we'll be having to head to Salt Lake City, which is 4.5 hours away. So please, please, please just keep our family in your prayers. And plus, we are still dealing with the court situation with my daughter. I know I've been saying that for a couple years. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I just want your prayers. They've moved the date again, which I watch a lot of true crime, so I understand that it's normal to keep pushing things off, but it's just very frustrating when you just want A, justice, and B, you just want it over with so you can move on, because it's really hard for our family to make like definite plans. Like now I'm worried that the trial might happen at the beginning of May when we're supposed to go to Salt Lake City for my 2 older girls to go to that Melanie Martinez concert and for us to celebrate my daughter Jillian's birthday. It's just really hard to make plans. Like, I don't know. So just keep us in your prayers. for dinner tonight, I'm going to be making, I'm not sure yet. So my daughter Jillian went over to her friend's house, and I don't even know what this thing is called, but basically it's chicken fried in a pan. I'm just going to use canned chicken, and with some chili sauce and mayonnaise. What else is in it? Some purple cabbage diced up, and then you put it like in a lettuce leaf. I think that's all that's in it. I have to look at the recipe, but she had it at her friend's house, and like she said, it was so good. She's been really wanting it, so I think I'm gonna make that. But it's not gonna feed a lot, and I don't think some of my kids will eat it, and I know my husband won't because it's got mayo in it. So I also found a recipe for a really easy French toast casserole, because me and Adam do have class tonight, our parenting class. Teacher was sick last week. I had a couple kids sick the week before that with strep, so we didn't get to go. So I'm looking forward to the class, even though we've done it before. It's just so informative and just really helps. At least it really helps me and my husband deal with these teenage years. Again, it is for, 2 and up though. If you can even use it for adult children. You can use it for your spouse. So I don't want to miss that class. So I was thinking maybe doing it like a French toast casserole, because I have all the stuff to make that except orange juice, but that's optional anyway. We do have oranges though. I mean, I could technically squeeze a tablespoon of orange, like actual orange juice, into the mix, but you have to refrigerate it for a couple hours or leave it overnight. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make that as well, so that Jillian and can have the lettuce boats, because that's not going to make very much, and then the rest of the kids and me and Adam can just maybe eat the French toast casserole, or I'll probably eat the little lettuce boats with Jillian. But hopefully I can show you both those meals, because I've already talked your ear off at 14 minutes now, so plus the footage in the car. Oh, I talk too much. All right, guys. Okay, I've got my French toast cut up, or the bread, the Texas toast, into cubes. It calls for 8 large eggs, but these aren't large. So I think it says large, but they don't look very large to me. So I might use 10, because it's kind of a lot of bread. And then it's just your normal French toast, vanilla, some sugar, some cinnamon, and some milk. Okay, so I've got my bread cut up, and I've got my mixture here. I keep stirring it and stirring it. I might have to pull out the electric one, because I just can't get the cinnamon to combine. They always make it look so easy on a video. I don't know. I just feel like every time I try to bake something always goes wrong. But I sprayed a baking dish, and then I'm gonna add the breadcrumbs, and with the spatula combine it all together, put it in the baking dish, and cover it and put it in the fridge for a couple hours so I can bake it tonight. And then there is a part where they make like the topping for it, but I've got to go watch the video. So I ended up using 12 eggs, and the cinnamon, I don't know, maybe it's just my cinnamon, but I think it looks fine. I mean, it kind of looks like throw up, if I'm going to be honest, but that's what it said to do. So I'm going to refrigerate this for a few hours, and then I'll make the topping, and that way I just have to throw it in the oven, and then I can make Jillian's a little bit later, because it's not even noon, so I think hers will be relatively fast to make. So I totally forgot to film this, but I did the chicken, and I just used some canned chicken because we didn't have enough of the other chicken. And I wasn't supposed to cook the cabbage with it. She gave me the recipe, but she just told me what's in it. She didn't tell me how to make it, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I cooked the chicken with some cabbage, some sesame oil, some garlic, and half of an onion and some onion powder. And then I thought maybe it's not supposed to be in there, so I stopped doing that, and then I shredded the rest of the cabbage and diced up the cucumber, and then it's just mayonnaise and chili sauce. I could make some more, that's not enough, on lettuce leaves, and then you just eat it. And tell me if it's anything like your friends. I feel like I totally screwed it up.
It should be fine.
Taste it. Let's see.
I'm scared.
Oh. Does it need more of that sauce?
That's good.
It is? It's okay? Are you lying?
Mm-mm. It's a little spicier.
It's a little, you know why? Because I didn't know how to make it, so I put some of the chili already in the chicken, so you probably don't need the mayonnaise sauce.
That's good.
All right, I'm sorry. You probably shouldn't even be having spicy stuff. I've also got my oven preheated to 375 so that I can put the French toast casserole in around 5 o'clock. It takes about 35 minutes to bake. That's actually pretty good. I don't think I needed to make the mayonnaise chili sauce because I had already added the chili sauce. And I think Adam might actually eat it because there's no mayonnaise in the original mix. That was on the side. But it's actually tasty. I like it.
Shit.
I got to show you I drizzled. It's like 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a pinch of salt, and what was the last thing? I think it was a tablespoon of sugar. And then I just drizzled that on top. And you bake it at 375 for 35 to 45 minutes. Here it is out of the oven. I'm pretty sure it's done. I cut into it right there and I don't see any like runny eggs or anything, so it looks good. So I'm gonna plate some and taste it with some syrup. Okay, so it's probably not the most calorie-friendly meal, but it sure looks good. It is the next day. Cooper, please, you have a bed. So I moved the carpet because it was all just wrinkled and lumpy and being weird, and I vacuumed it really good, and I'm going to take everything off the couches and clean them really good, like deep clean them. I'm tempted to go to Albertsons, the grocery store, and rent a machine to clean it because one of the dogs, I don't know which one, I don't know if it was the little one or the big one, I'm thinking it was the little one, pooped on the couch yesterday. Ugh. I mean, I don't know if they just couldn't hold it. Thankfully, it wasn't like smeared into the couch or anything like that. It was just, they'd just done it, so I caught it, but gross. So I, cleaned the spot really good where it was at, but now I'm just totally freaked out. And so I just want to deep clean both of the couches. And yeah. I'm really tempted to just rearrange the whole living room. It's been like this since we've lived here. I just am going through a phase right now where I just want to get rid of everything. I'm tired of all my things. But I don't have money to replace stuff, so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe putting the TV over there in that corner because it's got the swivel thing so it can come out from the wall. I don't know. I'm just sick of it like this. I'm thinking maybe if we have one of the couches away from the window, maybe this one will stay off of it, but maybe not because he's on this couch and it's not by a window, even though he has a bed. Cooper, get down. That's not your bed. Come on. Good boy. Yeah, that's your bed. Good boy. I know. Life is so hard. The French toast casserole was a hit. They finished it off this morning for breakfast, so I'm just letting that soak. And I'm having another cup of coffee because it feels like another cup of coffee day. It's almost 10 o'clock. I just got back from Jillian's ultrasound appointment. It took a little while because they had to do the scan with her bladder full and then again with it empty. So then I took her to school, and my son forgot his medicine, so I had to bring the medicine to him, and now I'm home, and I'm gonna finish doing the couches and cleaning up breakfast. And the other thing that I made for Jillian wasn't quite like her friend made, but I have a better idea now, so maybe I'll attempt it again because I still have cabbage left. But there's a tiny bit left from what I made, so I'll probably just finish that for lunch because it wasn't terrible. But it's very low carb, so I'm kind of glad that she sent it to me because I need to start eating low carb. Which brings me to, I was gonna make some fettuccine Alfredo tonight for dinner because we have some pre-made grilled chicken strips left. But maybe I'll just set aside some chicken for myself with some broccoli and not eat the pasta, which is fine. I'm not a big pasta fan. Like, it's okay. I can't eat huge amounts of it. I don't crave it, so I think I'll be fine without it tonight. Plus I only had a couple bites because I'm not a huge French toast fan either, and it was very eggy. I ended up using 12 eggs because I'm like, oh, this is too much bread. And the kids liked it, but I think if I would have just used 8 or 10 legs, yeah, please don't use legs in your French toast casserole. 8 or 10 eggs like the recipe called for, maybe not so much bread, maybe it would have tasted better. I don't know. I'm just not a French toast fan, but the kids liked it. It's gone. I think it would be really good if you added some bacon in there maybe, or just bacon on the side. So yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Again, just keep my family in your prayers. I appreciate and love all of you guys, and I'm gonna try to get to the comments today, and hopefully this wasn't too long, even though it is. So chicken tendies, see you guys later. Bye.